I don't want anybody to feel less than or anybody else, because we have so much on social media now defining how you're supposed to be. Like it wasn't enough already. There's more now. Younger generation, actually, young girls are forced to feel a certain way even now, which is sad because we grew up watching people ki if you're fair then you're pretty, and sadly enough that's how our younger generation is also feeling, and I don't want them to feel that way. Any skin tone is beautiful, just I don't want them feeling like somebody else can define what beauty is.
No rain.
Welcome to the Naren Agarwal Show. Today we have someone very unique, someone very special, and we're going to be discussing about a topic that's very interesting for me personally because I don't know much about it. Well, our guest today is a certified makeup professional. She is also a catalog makeup artist for the famous designers Shivan and Narresh. Lastly, she runs her own Instagram and YouTube channel on do-it-yourself makeup for those who are interested. The channel is called Nush Blush. Welcoming our guest for today, Miss Anushree Ulpe. Anushree, how are you doing?
Hey, all good.
Good to see you smiling and vibrant like you always typically are.
Thank you. So are you, actually. I think it's our energy that just makes everybody go, woohoo.
Thank you for the compliment. I'm very excited for today's show and today's discussion because I don't know much about makeup, and I think a lot of people out there, especially men, who don't know much about makeup. But through this interview and podcast, I think we would love to get a little more insight about makeup, and I have some questions for you since you're a special and certified makeup artist and you're really into this game and this is something out of your heart. This is one of your passions. So I'm very excited for today's episode. I hope
me too.
It's the same with you. Yeah,
I'm pumped.
So let's get started. I want to ask you this question first. What is makeup? What is makeup? And who's a makeup artist, according to you?
Well, makeup is like a very broad term because for me, makeup is like a part of who I am. It's because I got introduced to it at a very young age. So as I grew up, it became a part of me.
How old were you?
I was 16. Like my sister introduced me to makeup when I was at that age. And I think as I grew up, it just became a part of my grooming, part of my routine. And I just haven't stopped learning more in that, in the makeup industry and, learning more skill. And so it's just, I just feel it's an art, it's just you work on a blank canvas. So like your face is a blank canvas and you just basically enhance the features on your face with makeup. So it's very cool because you can do so much with it or very less with it. So you can play around. So it's just, I don't know, it makes me smile just talking about it.
but it's really cool. Like you look as the face as a canvas, and that I think is a very interesting perspective. And you really call it an art. Not just a one-time act, but it's kind of an art in expressing yourself in some way.
You can choose to do it less, or you can choose to do it more. It's just how your relationship is with makeup, as it is with anything else in life.
So a makeup artist would be somebody who performs the art of makeup, right?
Yeah. Hence the word artist.
Yeah, exactly. But it's cool to hear that perspective, really, because typically when we hear makeup, we just think of it as something to do before a party or something, typically. But when I talk to you, that really comes forth, the makeup artist aspect of it, that it's really an art. And that's how you feel as somebody who does it.
And it's like a way to express yourself, if you're kind of like a sober, very mellow kind of person, and that's the kind of makeup you do, so you can tell by the look of it. Or if that's how you feel that day, then you can do that kind of makeup, So it's that's the kind of relationship with makeup I'm talking about. Like if you feel like going all out, you'll be like all bold colors on your face, and that energy comes through.
Oh, that's very interesting. So for an artist, if there's a blank canvas and they feel energetic, they throw multiple colors and they go very bold with their art. Yeah. Some artists draw very simple sketches sometimes depending on their mood. So I guess that's a very cool comparison in my head, actually, when you talk about makeup like that. Here's my question. What got you into makeup? Like, what got you into it? What got you interested in makeup?
Um,
and pursuing it?
Yeah, like so. Initially, I thought I would pursue makeup at some point in life, but that thought kind of went in the back of my head somewhere because life happened and so much was happening, and I was
Correct.
I had to. It took me a long time to collect myself and realize that this is what I want to do, because it is what makes me happy at the end of the day. Because I've been. It's a very irrelevant fact here, but I've been literally working and earning money since I was 18 years old. And it was less at that time, but like I've always been the kind of person
and that's early for somebody who's in India, actually.
Yeah. So I always I'm the kind of person who wants to keep learning, who learns more by doing, not by studying, I'm that kind of person. I want to work so I can learn.
You can do it, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Like at some point I was like, you know what? I need to do what makes me happy. This is just getting very 9 to 5 rat race kind of life for me. So I think I was just I just set aside all my doubts and what I'm gonna think about it, what everybody else is gonna think about it. Just like do it. I did.
You're so right, because there's a lot of qualms about. It's a very big niche, and it's uncertain. Like if you will be successful, what will happen. So you're right. Like if you have a full-time job, quitting it and then deciding it, or putting things aside and then deciding to pursue this, is a bold move.
Yeah, and because I did a course just to see how it is, because I was self-taught. Like I am self-taught. I wouldn't say I was. I am self-taught, because everything I've learned because of my research. I did a course as well, because it's never wrong to learn more, right? So I did a course anyway.
I love that.
Like, I'd like to be certified also as well. So I think that really helped me gain a more broader perspective on how to work with clients. I was so used to working on myself. It was good to know how to work with clients. Apparently there's like a time frame when you work with clients. So, they taught us how to like stick to your time and not take hours. So there are like these little skill set to learn as well with the book.
Correct.
So I think that's, I would like to say that I'm living my dream.
You're always living a dream when you're doing something that really makes you happy. And that's really incredible that you found something like that. And you were able to take that bold move of putting other things aside and go into it. Because I think a lot of people continue thinking about it. 10 year passes, 5 year passes, and 5 years pass. And
kick myself for not probably pursuing it sooner. But I just feel like what happens.
At least you won't regret now because you took the move. Yeah. Amazing. I have another question for you. Anushree, what do you think is beauty? As a makeup artist, I think that's a very interesting question. It's a tough question, I know.
Yeah, it is.
What is beauty? What is beauty to you?
Like as a definition, beauty is supposed to be something that's attractive to the eye, or that's attractive to your senses, and you look at it and you really feel good. So, but I just feel like that way, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you should feel beautiful. And if that means that you want to put on a little bit of makeup, or you want to do something with your hair, you want to change your outfit that makes you feel beautiful, we should just do that instead of wondering what others would say. Because I feel like our country, I don't want to be controversial here, but I feel like our country has sort of wrecked the definition of beauty by saying that only if you're fair you're beautiful, or only if you're thin you're beautiful, or
that's
if you're a certain way you're beautiful. That's just so wrong, because if you look at yourself and you feel beautiful and you feel confident, then that's your definition of beauty. You shouldn't be defining beauty by what somebody else is saying. And I don't.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I just.
That's beautiful.
It's just up to you, and how or what makes you feel beautiful. Just keep the definition.
Like wearing this jacket makes me beautiful. Makes me feel beautiful, so I wear it.
Yeah. Good color.
Correct. Thank you.
Cool. So yeah, if like doing my hair makes me feel beautiful, and of course makeup is a part of my game. So doing my hair makes me feel beautiful. So I would do it.
I would say that's a very nice take on beauty, and also kind of an inspiring message when you say, how you feel really about yourself when you look at yourself. That's what's most important, and that's what makes somebody beautiful.
Yeah, because somebody else's definition of beautiful cannot make you feel the same way. If I'm feeling a certain way when I'm beautiful, and if I'm doing certain things to feel beautiful, and say somebody else tries the same and doesn't feel beautiful, then it's wrong. Like I dress up, I do my hair, I do my makeup, but I have friends who'd rather not do anything and they still feel good about themselves. So that's their definition of beauty.
Correct. I love that. What would you say there are some misconceptions or myths about makeup? Because a lot of people are ignorant about it, especially the male segment of the population. I would say I'm generalizing here, but what would you say are some misconceptions or myths that people hold about makeup?
There are a few, but I think the one that really pops in my head, because I've heard this from like a bunch of women.
Yeah.
Sad to say that I did, but there are a few that people that they say she's wearing makeup to grab attention, or they'll say she's wearing makeup because she's a slut. And I've heard that. It's quite sad, and I've heard people say that, and so things like that, very demeaning things like that. And I mean, how does it affect you? I want to say to those people, like, I've heard people say these things about other women wearing makeup when I want to tell them that, woman, you stink. Should I tell you to take a shower? Like, you don't tell people what to do and what you think about them wearing makeup,
Yeah, it's a personal choice. So,
it's a personal choice. Like, let them live. Let them be happy. You don't like it, don't look at it. Or just walk away. Like, why do you have to have an opinion about it? And even if you do, don't be so negative about it. I mean, it's their life, it's their choice. Let them live. We're not coming up to you.
That's a very interesting take.
Like, leave us be. That I feel like that should apply for everything in life.
Yeah.
Because I don't like these really negative misconceptions that you're doing makeup to grab attention. And if you are, it's not wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
If like I said, if it makes you feel beautiful, why not? And if it's grabbing attention, it's fine. I mean, if you're jealous, then just, I don't know. I have nothing to say to them.
I see the fury behind the message, and I respect it. I respect it. You're stating what you truly feel. Correct.
Right? Like,
but I would say you're right. I have heard such things as well. When somebody wears a lot of makeup, there's judgments passed around it.
Yeah, like she's trying to impress somebody, or she's trying to be somebody she's not, or she's trying to look like somebody else. Just like, it's okay. Yeah. It's not harming you. Nobody's coming up to you. No one's forcing you to do makeup. So calm down.
I would say, that's an interesting perspective on a misconception or myth about makeup, that somebody who's doing makeup is trying to do it because it's extra, or they're trying to grab a lot of attention.
I just, if I can say this, like, I don't feel it's entirely their fault. I feel like these kind of, old school misconceptions also come from family, relatives, friends, when they are commenting about somebody else. So somebody gets influenced by that and then thinks that that's what is right, or that's how they should think. So I just feel like, as a broader perspective, everyone, young and old, should just let everyone stay happy the way they are. Instead of forcing their opinions on someone.
Yeah, here's what I'm thinking. This is an interesting question. I'm interested to hear from you as a professional. Do guys do makeup? And is it normal for guys to do makeup? Have you, in your experience, have you seen guys do makeup? And how do you wrap yourself around, like, if men start to do makeup? It's just a hypothetical question here.
Everyone can do makeup, men and women. And since I worked in the fashion industry, so I have done makeup on male models. But that's purely for photographs.
Correct.
But I know people who, like, I know men who do makeup to look good in photos. I don't know a large percentage of it, but I know a few. And I feel like in India, I know a few, but I feel like outside, everybody is comfortable with doing. I mean, I guess it depends on person to person.
Depends on the person. Yeah,
it's not wrong for men to do makeup. I mean, you want to put a little bit of BB cream so your face looks all glowy, then go ahead. Like, I would encourage.
Maybe I'll try that for my next interview.
I would totally encourage it because I have such manly men around me all the time. They're just like, oh, manly lagaunga. And, you know, I'm just like, it's not what you want to. Like, let me put some makeup on you. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
But it's not like, you can go ahead and try it. If you like it, do it a little bit.
Correct.
Why not?
So, I've heard this statement before around being passed around, and I want to get your perspective on this statement. Here's a statement that I've heard. Women are more beautiful without makeup. This is a statement I think a lot of people say. How do you respond to something like this? How do you respond to this statement? What's your response?
I would say, that is true, but there's always a loophole.
Yeah.
So, yes, women are beautiful. I wouldn't say more beautiful, but that's just, you know, a scale that you're making. Like,
Correct.
Women are beautiful as is, but if you see it in in regards of makeup, what I usually see it as is just enhancing your beautiful features. Okay? I have a friend, okay, who has amazing cheekbones. And I saw her at her wedding, and I saw her with makeup, and I saw her cheekbones really pop, and I'm like, woman, that looks good. Because like in natural light, without makeup, you can tell she has gorgeous cheekbones. But with makeup, it like really enhanced her cheekbone, and she looked bomb. I mean, there is nothing wrong with that, right? Like, I would say that I really like my eyebrows, and people are just like, oh, you have such beautiful eyebrows, so well shaped and all of that. It's very low maintenance. So I still put a little bit of makeup, like I have this eyebrow filler to make them look even. I still do that, even though people say I have good eyebrows, and I know I have good eyebrows. So I know they're beautiful, but there's no harm in just making them look put together, a little fuller, so it looks, you know, even. So it's just the little tweaks that you do. You don't have to. I'm comfortable walking around without makeup. I have so many friends who are beautiful without makeup. I'd rather not have them do makeup, but I would still put a little bit on their, like, say, eyelashes, or I'd put a little bit blush, or I'll say put on a little bit of lipstick, you know. So it's just like these tiny little tweaks. So
you're saying women are beautiful and makeup just enhances certain features that you want to highlight. It's again back to that art aspect of it, that if you want, you can enhance certain parts of it. If you want, you can just leave it like it is. So it's really as an additional artwork that you can choose to do certain parts of the face.
Correct. So it's additional. You want to do, you can do. You want to enhance your features, go ahead. But if you don't want to, it's fine.
So
pressure.
When you're doing somebody's makeup, what are some things that you notice about, like how does your brain work? Because I feel you would probably see the face in a very different way than an average person. I just see somebody's face, I see them smile, I say hello. But how do you perceive someone's face before doing the makeup? What are the things that you consider?
I'll get a little technical here. So.
Let's go. I'm ready. I got my notebook and pen ready.
So first thing I do is look at their skin type.
Okay.
I have like I don't want to do this YouTube promo here, but I have a few videos on how to tell your skin type. So I have to see their skin type in order to know what kind of foundation I'll be putting on their face. So skin type is one. I have to see the shape of their eyes because there are different eye shapes. I have two different eye shapes. Like this one's different and this one's different. So so this
I never noticed.
This one has like a hood, and this one has like an extra fold. And it's just like everybody's eye shape is different. So according to that, I'll have to work my brushes on the eyeshadows. So I have to see their eye shape. I see their eyebrow angle, because some people have straight eyebrows like mine. Some people have angled eyebrows. So the makeup also depends, like eye makeup depends on the angle of the eyebrows as well.
Wow.
Their cheek shapes, like if they have a little bit of chubbiness on their face or not, or if they have a little bit of double chin that they want to, hide a little bit or whatever. And those are the main things, skin type, eye shape. I would say these two are like
very important
to look at and take a feel of, so you can know what kind of makeup you want to do on them.
So skin type is something I would have never thought of, because I'm thinking the eyes, I'm thinking the nose, I'm thinking the chin, whatever, the facial features, but skin type is just totally different. Like I never thought of it.
I just feel like skin is a very important part in makeup, because that's majority of your face.
Ooh.
So if you get say you have an oily skin, so I would do makeup according to that, because oily skin releases more oil as the day goes on, because you have large pores. So I would make sure that they don't get as oily as they would underneath the foundation. So I would prime them a certain way. I would use a mattifying foundation so they don't look like a oil slick by the end of the day. Their makeup. So that's very important. And it can look cakey if you do it wrong. So you have to know, you have to, that's one part of makeup that you have to ace, because that's majority of your face, and you can look at somebody's face and know that their foundation is very heavy. So that
what are some absolute wrong moves when somebody is doing makeup? Like some things that people just get it absolutely wrong, and you see it all around, and you're just like laughing. You're like, I wish they just knew this thing so that they didn't get it wrong.
Sadly enough, it happens a lot.
Okay.
But, it's only because, you have to learn. You have to be, you have to learn in a proper, or you have to be told that these are some of basic rules. Everything else is, of course, it's art, so you can go ham on it. But there are some basic rules. So some things that people go wrong with is, again, the foundation, because they will either put too much or they will choose a wrong shade of foundation. Because mostly people, like I said earlier, people think being fair is beautiful, so they'll choose a lighter shade of foundation, which happens all the time, and
it doesn't match with their skin tone, and it just throws it all off.
Yes,
that's so interesting. I think I've seen that before, actually.
It happens because it still happens, sadly. Because I always tell everybody. I even had a client once who said, "Make me look fair," and she was like dusky, and I said, she had beautiful skin. And I was like, you have really beautiful skin. I'm not going to make you look fair. I'm going to make you glow. And that's
That's amazing. I love that.
Altogether,
I love that. So making up is not about becoming fair.
Yeah.
It's about enhancing what you have as the beauty you've been given. Wow, that's amazing. That's powerful, actually.
People also get it wrong, that they think being fair is equivalent to glowing. That doesn't apply to medium to dark skin tones.
Correct.
Medium to dark skin tones can still glow. You don't have to be fair to have a glowy skin. You just have to do your skincare and your foundation right, and you can still glow, right? So that's the major thing people get wrong. And even I feel like eyeshadow, like eye makeup, is something, because it's kind of technical. So they'll just dip in and then go straight on their eyes, and it'll just be like one blob of eyeshadow, and they won't blend. So it happens, but it's a skill, it's a technique. You have to learn it. You have to practice it. If you don't practice it, you're not going to get it. It's not something you're just going to be like, I'll watch it and I'll do it. It's very rare that people watch it once and know how to do it on themselves.
Correct.
But you have to practice it to perfect it. And like any other, I think, profession.
Correct.
This makes perfect, right? And you keep learning to make your art or profession better.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Wow. I mean, those were great answers, actually. I'm thinking of what else to ask you, because I asked you a couple more things. Let me ask this. What impact do you think could COVID have on the makeup industry, or like the makeup profession? Because now people are, wary of getting people too close to them. What do you think are going to be the impacts and implications, just from your perspective?
See, I have seen a few makeup artists. They have bought like PPE kits and they're still doing bridal makeup because, of course, weddings have been booked way in advance, and I don't think anyone's gonna pass on that. It's their wedding, so they just can't like up and cancel everything. So I have seen makeup artists going on with their moving on even with this pandemic, but they're doing it with caution. Of course, they have their whole PPE kits and everything, and they wear gloves and do it. But for those of us who are at home and say I'm going to somebody's wedding, and you have to wear a mask. So I feel like people are going to be investing now in probably eye makeup, because that's the only part.
That's very interesting, because that's the part of the face that's more highlighted.
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
Yeah. So I feel like now more than ever, people need to up their eyeshadow game. So, because usually people would be I want maybe go light on the eyes, or I want to wear a dark lipstick, all of that. But I think now it's all going to be the eyeshadow game, because that's what you're going to see, that's what you're going to show. So it has to be.
Wow. So let's say for a guy who wants to gift his wife, girlfriend, whatever, friend, a makeup kit, what are like some essentials that they should go for? Like, I know because there's so many things, but like some basics that would make a whole kit. What is something like that? Like to make a gift pack?
Actually, I want to add to the point before, which also connects with this one, is that now is the time to take care of your skin as well. So because I feel like makeup goes hand in hand with skincare. If your skin is acting up, then your makeup's not gonna sit the right way. So I feel like if you're gonna give somebody skincare, give somebody anything at this point during this time, it should be probably eyeshadow. Get them a little bit of skincare. I guess
lipstick, that's an essential, right? That's a basic.
Yeah, that's an essential. But at this point, you're not gonna see lipstick behind a mask. But yeah, like main lipstick. Since you said it, because it's my favorite thing. Eyeshadow. Don't go for foundation because it's something very personal. So you have to take them, unless you're taking them there and getting a shade right. Don't do that. Also, eyeshadow, lipstick, and skincare. 3 major things.
All the guys listening, get these 3 things right, man. Eyeshadow, lipstick, skincare products. Perfect. That keeps it simple for the guys out here who are just listening to this episode, because they want to know what do I need to take care of.
Yeah, and eyeshadow comes in number 1 because it is so easy to pick, and also it has a lot of use. Like if you even have one eyeshadow in your vanity, you're set. You have a big eyeshadow palette, you're set.
Here's a question I have for you. Thanks for the guidance, by the way. The question I have for you is, communication is a lot about facial expression. When we're speaking to people, when we're talking to people, if you're in different settings, in different styles of communication, what kind of makeup would enhance a certain setting, and what kind of makeup would take away from a certain setting? Or, in different settings, what kind of makeup works so that you can communicate better, you can express yourself better?
The first thing that pops in my head is, say, and I'm saying it from a personal experience because I went through it. Say you're going for an interview, right? I wouldn't particularly suggest you do a lot of makeup or you put anything shimmery on your face.
Correct.
Because you want to give that professional feel, say, especially in a corporate environment, you want to give a professional feel, but you having a little bit of makeup on is also a good thing. It enhances your features, as I said before, but I would stay away from shimmery eyeshadows or shimmery anything on your face. Keep it matte, keep it natural, no heavy makeup at all. Just cover up a little bit of blemishes, do a little bit of mascara, a little bit of lipstick, a hint of blush, that kind of stuff. So
I think that can also enhance somebody's confidence if they feel good within themselves after doing makeup.
If you put on too much makeup, they're going to be looking at your face instead of listening to you. Because they'll be like, why does she have so much on her face? It's an interview. It's happened. I'm telling you, it's happened. Like I've heard people come out of interviews and I've heard the employer be like, why is he dressed like that? Because he's wearing his shirt, and I'm just like, no. That applies for makeup as well. Like keep it matte, keep it natural, so you feel confident and they're listening to you. And they're not looking at your face and wondering why she's so decked up, but they are there to listen to you because you'll feel confident wearing less and feeling like yourself. But if you're, say, going, of course, if you're going to a party, go all out. If you're getting pictures taken, why not go all out?
Yes.
How often do you get all decked up?
And in a party, you want to be expressive. You want to have a personality. So I guess that works. You're communicating that, hey, I'm bold in some sense.
And wearing bold shades for a party, wearing color will really bring out the vibrancy, and you'll feel like you're going to a party. You'll be in that mood because I'm all decked up for a party and I'm going to enjoy myself.
Correct.
So you want that shimmer on your eyes. You want that glitter. You want that extra pair of eyelashes on your face. That. So... Yeah, I think they'll like pump you up to really enjoy yourself.
That's awesome. Yeah, so that's a professional setting, a party setting, or like a big event.
Yeah.
That's great. If you're going to a funeral, would you suggest having any makeup on?
Nah.
No, okay.
Unless, I mean, it's personal. Like I would still put on a little bit of waterproof mascara, but I mean...
Waterproof mascara.
But
that's hilarious.
I know. It's just, oh God, I hope people don't hate me for this, but like you don't have to put anything on. It's fine. I mean, it's a sad day for me, so it's not like. But it's what happens in order to, even if it's a sad day, there are people for whom it's a personal loss, and they still have to take care of things. Planning a funeral, getting things done. And they're in that very depressed, sad state, but they need to get stuff done, And I feel like if say they put on a little bit of makeup, they put on a little bit of makeup just so they can hold it in together long enough so that they can get everything done. If it makes them feel a little bit better to, look at themselves in the mirror and be like, okay, I got this, I don't look terrible. I got this. I can get through the day without, breaking down while getting
and handling the situations that I need to.
Because I remember my dad's a heart patient, right? So he was in the hospital for the second time, and I remember coming back home because I was there like for 2 days, and I was just like, I need a shower. So I came back home. I got fresh and everything. And before I went back to the hospital, I did a little bit of makeup. I put on a little bit of mascara. I did my eyebrows, put on a little bit of lipstick, wore a better looking outfit than I was before. And I felt a little bit better because I was so anxious. I was so stressed with, what was happening with dad. And I was just like, I need to do something to get myself on track. Otherwise, I'm going to be so anxious for the rest of however long it's going to last. I just I just needed something to center myself.
Wow.
I was so out of it. So I felt like doing my makeup was so calming, and like it was just taking a breath and
That's
not
very
thinking
interesting.
about what I'm going to be facing.
Yeah. Do you think for the people who do makeup, it's also kind of a switch or a triggered communication to yourself that, hey, okay, it's go time now? Because typically I think people just, it's the last thing they do before they go into action, before they go out, before they go to work, before they go to an event. So I guess doing the makeup is kind of a signal to your mind. You're communicating to yourself, okay, I'm ready to go and take action or go into whatever I want to. Do you think that's also playing in here?
That's a good that's a good trigger, because it gives you a sense of self, or like a sense of you feel ready, you feel put together, you're ready to take on whatever's coming your way. So that's how I felt that day. And I remember when I went to the hospital, my sister's like, you changed and you got dressed up. Because I even did my nails, because I had like this whole task to myself.
I love you being so honest and so transparent about it. I love it.
Because
that shows that you genuinely believe in what you're saying, and you're not just saying it for the sake of it.
Yeah, because I was surprised with myself when I had come home and I did my nails and I did a little bit of makeup, and I felt so much better when I went back to the hospital.
Yourself. Yeah.
Relaxed. I was centered because I was taking care of everything, and I had to hold it together. And in order to do that, I would do what I would usually do to make myself feel confident, make myself feel centered.
That's amazing. That's amazing. What a great perspective. Anushree, here's a final question for today. Do you have any questions for me? Anything you want to ask?
What do you think about makeup?
Wow, that's a great question. Yeah.
You've seen me last, I don't know, that was a long time ago, but I'm always with makeup. I think every time the only time you saw me was I was like with makeup. And at events, when you look at women all decked up for events, what do you think? Like, what goes through your head? Do you like?
That's a great question, and so I'm going to be very honest with you. Back in the day, if you asked me this question about 5-6 years ago, I was the kind of guy who used to think, makeup is so overboard. It's not needed. It's unnecessary. I thought of it as unnecessary because I was like, you can do without it too. But then as I grew up and as I went to college, I realized, some people do it as an art, really. Some people do it as a way to feel good within themselves. And some people do it just out of the sheer love of doing something on your face. And slowly I started developing the attitude you were talking about, that if you like it, I'm good with it, as long as, you should feel good about yourself. So I think I've been through an evolution. So if you asked me this question 5-6 years ago, to be very honest, I would be somebody like, it's unnecessary, it's not needed. But right now, that's where I stand. I think it's cool if you want to do it, and it's cool if you don't want to do it. But I like women when they have makeup on. I think it makes them look beautiful.
That was going to be my second question. Like, do you like it when people have women have makeup on, or do you not?
Yeah, I think so. It depends on how you do it. And you touched on the aspects of it.
That is a very important point.
But again, I think in general, I would say I like it. And what's most important, which you've covered, is that people should like themselves. The only qualm I would say I would have is when people don't accept their skin color and the things that we touched upon, and they want to do makeup to be fairer, which I have seen a lot of people, but that's not my definition of beauty. I don't think fairness has a direct connection with beauty. I think some people can be, you can be any skin color and you can be still beautiful. But unfortunately, because of the colonial history we've had in India, that's what we think, that fairness means beauty. So I think fairness can be beautiful, but at the same time, dark skin tones, medium skin tones, brown, whitish color, all skin tones can be beautiful.
They're all beautiful. You should know how to enhance your features. You're good to go. I don't want anybody to feel less than or anybody else, because we have so much on social media now, defining how you're supposed to be. Like it wasn't enough already. There's more now, and I just feel like it's younger generation, actually. Young girls are forced to feel a certain way even now, which is sad because we grew up watching people if you're fair, then you're pretty. And sadly enough, that's how our younger generation is also feeling. And I don't want them to feel that way. Any skin tone is beautiful. Just, I don't want them feeling like somebody else can define what beauty is for them. They're still young. They have so much to worry about. But this is not what they should be. That should be defined.
Not one thing, correct, to be worrying about. I love that. I would say my highlight of the conversation is you as a professional makeup artist coming in saying that people should accept their skin color and not think fairness is beauty. Because I would say, especially in India, a lot of makeup artists, that's what they do. They come and make people fair. And the people like it because they seem fairer. And that's what they define as beauty. Like, I come, put some lighter shades on you, and you start looking pretty because you look fairer. But I think that is my key takeaway from my conversation with you. And also, I respect you a lot for sharing that and saying that out loud. So we touched upon makeup. You taught us a little bit about how makeup works, some misconceptions. How should guys understand makeup in some sense? What can they gift? But most importantly, a very nice social message about, in some way, I would say, women empowerment and accepting the skin color that we have. So thank you so much, Anushree, for being part of my show. This was a really engaging conversation. I got to learn so much because, like I told you, I was ignorant about all this.
So glad. I love talking about this. You've given me a platform.
I can see.
You've given me a platform to talk about what I feel, because it's just good to talk about these things, because I feel like not enough people are comfortable hearing, listening, or accepting these kind of things. So I guess you have a broader audience, and they're just they take all this all this information.
Thank you.